Hello everyone, and welcome back to the journey. Now before we get into today's video, we got a bit of a celebration. Let me play the tune. Hold on, let me get to the right time. Yay! Woo! Alright, I'm done making a fool of myself. Why was that idiot dancing like an idiot? Well, this is a bit of a milestone. 10 videos in. Now, I don't know if I have... I've had a total between all of my videos, I've probably had like 15 views. That's okay. This is not for now. This is for now, for me, practice. And this is for anyone who wants to watch this in the future. And this also is honestly learning from the past as a growing experience. So I don't know how I try to link the past, present, and future, but didn't do a good job. Oh well. So, without further ado, let us go back to our regular scheduled programming of today's video. In my last video, I talked about improvising and ad-libbing. And near the end, I showed this script character that I basically said, I made a character that is a shop merchant, as you can see by the title. And, obviously, I gave myself some direction, and then anything highlighted is the director points. And I said, however, there'll be 3 different interactions. First one will be trying to be warm, friendly, coaxing. You're trying to, get the character, trying to get the main character who is, has no lines because you are the shopkeeper, and you're just trying to be all like warm and friendly, trying to get them to buy your stuff. Second time is they return, but they don't buy your stuff, and you get, miffed because you're like, thanks for wasting my time, jackass. Then the second time is the main character comes back and you're just like, oh, it's you. And then you basically have the opposite. You go from like, ew, because they actually buy something this time, and you're like, woohoo. And then the last one is it's been like, I don't know, sometime in the whatever story this is in that you are more friendly with the main character. He's become your regular. You have a mutual respect between one another. So this was all improvised I did. If you do this, I said this was going to be a homework assignment for you fine folks out there who want to give this a shot. All this non-highlighted part from under the first highlight, obviously, that was all improvised. And I just transcribed it from my recordings. And if you're wondering, I got... all these I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around 10. 10 to 11 I've these. And then I have another one that's exact same, but it says fine tuning at the top. Why? Because, well, I've through my many recordings of these, steadily made improvements here and there. Got a little better into the character. Not as much as I thought I did. Excuse me. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go with something we've done. Now let's fine tune it. Let's go through it with a fine-tooth comb, hence the word fine-tuning, or fine-tooth comb. And we get really nitty-gritty. We get really into the little nuances, and we go, all right, right here, this line right here, he says, oh, a little too unenthusiastically. He's like, oh, it's you, yeah, kind of like he's stoned. And that's for more me. I'm very nitpicky with my own work. I'm very critical of my own work because, well, I'm batshit crazy. and also, not only that, it's good to, build a deeper understanding of how to get into a character, how to understand the little nuances that is being asked of you in a script, whether you've improvised it or not. This is all good practice. Because then, if you can say if you do something like this and you get a feel of the character, and then you're having fun with it, imagine you actually get an audition. It's like, you're going to be the witty shopkeeper that is just doesn't mess around, but isn't too uptight. Like they're just whatever. They're all like, hey, welcome to the shop. What can I get for you? Sure. Want a rope? There it is. Not that rope though. That one's broken. Something along that lines. So you can see through the many, many, many trials and errors. Yeah, a lot of work was put into this. Not really. But honestly, that's the process you don't gotta, but that's the process I did. And you can also see, like, a lot of this, let me zoom in. A lot of this is broken down as well. Goes from, it goes like, too strong, dial it back a bit, good. My own notes kind of make me laugh because I have to entertain myself, Start was a little much, but ending was improving. RFI, that's my own tidbit note saying room for improvement. Meaning it's good, but could be better. Good. Your annoyance is good, but pacing is I'm probably too fast, because you probably hear it in my videos. I will go on like a friggin' skeet shooter. Why? Because I'm nervous. Also, this, I just for your fine folks' sake, is, when you play games, there's a regular speed, which is like, and there's the 2x speed where it feels more, a little faster paced, obviously. That's me. I'm always on 2x speed. Why? I don't know. That's just my default mode. Can I slow down? I can, but it's a big adjustment, and I am trying to work on it ever so slightly. But it's gonna take a while. And so I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna record it. I'm gonna read it into the character as I put. And then obviously for you guys, if you want to do this, homework for you fine folks out there, you can do the exact same thing. So for those who have watched the last video at the end and saw this, you know what I'm gonna say. You can skip ahead if you want. And then and then those who are just joining us now, or in the future who are just joining us now, this is what we're going to do. This is a side character that gets very little to say anything. I don't want to say anything. We can just remove that. It may be reoccurring, but all you're doing is being the shop merchant for the main character in a fantasy setting. Now, as I said, it does not have to be a fantasy setting. It can be in any setting. It could be modern day. It could be in sci-fi, cyberpunk, fantasy, if you want, dark age, what is it, HP Lovecraftian. So, it's up to you. I did fantasy because I love fantasy. Fantasy is awesome. Dungeons and Dragons, awesome. You should play. It's very fun. So, your shop is ordinary. It does not stand out from any others, but for whatever reason, the main character comes to your shop and sells their goods, as well as buys supplies from you. Now, direction, this is self-direction. This is something you should do, is you should give yourself self-direction, because obviously for your character, you're going to know what you want, but sometimes you won't be able to deliver what you want. So you can be like, sound friendly and enticing. It's like, okay, it's like welcome, come in. But that's a little too strong. So that's where, obviously, and I'm pretty sure this goes for every voice actor out there, like, probably even veterans sometimes. Veterans out there who've like have been doing this for years, they already get the gist. They've been acting for like 20 plus years, maybe less, but still, they got that probably decade of experience. They know what they're talking about. And trying to get into a character is sometimes like your first couple of sessions will be a little like wishy-washy. You'll be back and forth. That's okay. I can't remember. Oh, what's her face? Faye Mata. If you watch the anime Konosuba, she does she has a video of her talking about scenes she's done, and she even says that in the first episode, she's like, "Yeah, this is where I was, still trying to figure out the character Aqua that she played." And I thought that was really interesting because it's like she's a very good voice actress, and the fact that she nailed that character was like, oh. So she's like, "Yeah, I was just trying to figure out the voicing, like how to like." Not enunciate, how to like properly project the character. And obviously as you watch the show goes on, she just gets better and better because, she a boss ass. And it's you should watch that video. Maybe I will link it because, I watched it a couple of times. It's very interesting. You can learn from anywhere and everywhere. So anyways, back to direction. And so in this case, I wrote for direction for me, sound friendly and enticing because all you want is the dosh. I put dosh because, well, I'm a child. Money, currency, gold. I should have just left it at currency. But you get very annoyed when a customer comes and goes without buying anything. Now, notice how I say the customer or the main character. I said a customer. So that's why wording is very important here, because it's any customer. Just because it's a regular shop doesn't mean, random NPCs are going to come in and be like, "That's a fine shop you got there, sir. Have a good day." I'm pretty sure a lot of businesses don't care for that, but, it's, they got to maintain a good face and be like, "Hello, customer, how are you?" So, let us get to the nitty-gritty bitty parts. So, first part is you will be meeting the main character for the very first time as he enters your shop. You try to be all coaxing and warming as you want them to buy something. Doesn't matter what. However, after many lack of interest, you get annoyed with the window shopper. Our boy thing. And just for your sake, I did name him. His name is Mr. Dougal. Why? That was the first thing that came to mind. So, let me get some water because my throat is dry, and then we'll get right into it. All right. So, shopkeeper or shop merchant. Welcome. Come in. Peruse my goods and see if there's anything you like. I've got everything from weapons and armor to tonics and salves and more bits and baubles to help with any adventure you go on. Ah, yes, the broadsword. Great for any sort of fighting or defending. The ideal weapon for such a brave adventurer such as yourself. No interest? No matter. Oh my, that luxurious chestplate. Fitting for such a strong individual such as yourself. Still no interest. All right then. How about my tonics? Red is for strength. Green for endurance, and yellow for, I don't know. Something, I guess. Really? Nothing here either. All right, then. Let's go to the last stop, the bits and baubles. Are you seriously still empty-handed? Are you really going to walk around my shop with no intention on buying anything? Oh, you have no gold. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this to a customer, but would you kindly get the hell out of my shop? And scene. So, obviously, you didn't, that last part where I said, I can't believe I'm saying this to a customer. I meant to write that, I guess I didn't save the document because I'm an idiot. Oh well. But that's something along the lines. So, you can always add, like when I add this, a lot of this was like, this no interest, no matter, wasn't there. I said, such a brave adventurer as yourself. And then I went right into the next stop. And then I was like, okay, maybe we should add something to it. Don't be afraid to add to your own work. If you feel like it's incomplete, something is missing, or it's just not working, it's your own character. It's your own work. You can change it. But when it comes to real scripts from real projects, from real customers and clients, do not change it unless you'd say, "Hey, director," or "Mr. or Mrs. Director, I have an idea I want to try here. Do you mind if I try it?" If they say okay, they give you the green light, do your line read plus whatever you want to improvise. If it works, like I said, go with the gut and you're good. If not, well then it's just, they say, I like that idea, but we may have to run it up to the producers and see what they say. Or they say, that's not really fitting for this character or for this motif right here. So, like I said, don't be afraid to add and go crazy. And as one thing I can really stress this out is, I said this in my reading thing, is you notice I do this kind of like a composer goes do 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 when he's like conducting the band. I do that for some reason. I don't know why. It's like, to me, when I'm reading, sometimes it's like I'm like listening to music. It's like boop 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 in my head. That's a little quip or quirk I have. You may have your own. Go for it. And another thing you saw is me going like adding noises. That was pre-life. That's the stuff you can add if you want to make it more realistic, which I thought I did, but you never know if you pepper Poe, as my friend says. All right, moving on to step 2. Scene 2, or second interaction with the main character. Oh, let me adjust me pajama bottoms. So, Second take will be the main character returns, but you are none too pleased because of your crap interaction last time. So there's a bit of a twist, though. And we'll get right into it in 3, 2, 1. Welcome! Come in! Peruse my... Oh, it's you again. What do you want? Are you actually going to buy something this time? Or are you just here to waste my time again? I'm not going to give you the same old song and dance. You know what I got. Bits and baubles, weapons and armor, tonics and salves. You just do whatever you want. What's this? Do you have something in your hands? Are you planning on buying something today? Well, hurry up and get over here. Oh, okay. Let's see what you got. Strength tonic? Excellent. Endurance tonic? Good choice. Healing tonic? I didn't even know I sold these. Who knew? And lastly, rope that is roughly 12 feet long. Don't ask how I know. I just do. Alright, your total comes to 40 pieces of gold. What's the matter? You don't have 40 pieces of gold. Am I willing to haggle? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I do? I'm a merchant. Forget it. Tell you what. Since we got off on the wrong foot the first time around, let's make a deal. You name your best price, and let's see what you're willing to offer. 25 pieces of gold! I got half a mind to kick you out of my shop right here, right now! Will you settle for 30? Okay, 29 pieces of gold it is, then you get the hell out of my shop! And that's it. All of this, I remember I made this up, even like the whole 29 pieces versus 30, I said, screw it, that's funny, let's do it. Half the time I'm doing this stuff is not obviously proper, but, it's not the point is you're trying to, get into a character. You may get characters that are just straight and narrow as, hi, my name is Franklin West. I go to Claremont High over here just around the corner from my street. It's a 5-minute walk, and that's it. That's your character. He's a high schooler. Ooh. Then you may get crazy zany characters like anything from anime or animation. You may get something like... the only thing I can think of is like Paimon from Genshin, but she's not really weird. She's like some fairy character. I don't know her character. I didn't play much Genshin. But still, you get what I'm saying. You get those like complete and total WTF, whom the hell is this kind of character? How do I do this? Oh, I know one. If you've watched Mob Psycho... What's his face? He's like the best character. He's the green ghost guy. Oh, I forgot his name. He was the best. Either way. So, now that I've digressed a lot, again, my bad, we're going to go into our third part. Now, this one is completely, it kind of takes from 2 and jumps right into 3, and it goes like this. You will be more friendly to the main character as they become a regular for you. You know them better than you... they know you better, and you know them better. There's a mutual respect for one another. And it goes like this. Welcome to my... Oh, it's you again! Mr. Dougal, was it? Well, if I had known you were in town, I would have pulled out the big red fancy carpet. Well, just don't stand there. Come on in. You know my shop. Weapons and armor over here, tonics and salves over there, bits and baubles in the back. You make yourself comfortable. So, how's the life of the adventurer going? I heard there was a bit of a hiccup. Is there any way I could help? You know me. We've been at this for a couple of months now. We've been dancing this dance, toing and froing for a while. You just pick what you want, and we'll strike a deal. Whoa. Now that's a hefty haul. Okay, let's see what you got today, buddy. 5 strength tonics, excellent. 3 endurance tonics, brilliant. 22 healing tonics. What sort of trouble you getting yourself into? Also, more rope? I don't know how or why you need this much rope, but hey, I'm not judging. You're buying it from me, I don't care. All right. When all is said and done, your total comes to 65 pieces of gold. However, seeing as how you and I have become such good friends, I'll round it down to, 55 pieces of gold? We can haggle, I guess. What? 49 pieces of gold? Fine, all right, 49 pieces of gold. Get the hell out of my shop. And that's it. Okay, we're out of breath. So, that's improvising for me. I probably did not do that right. Oh well. But I had fun doing this, and that's why it's a homework assignment for you fine folks, is I would love for you guys to try this, and it's just, if you're struggling with like what to do, just think of like yourself in like the most basic or simplest of terms. Like, what are you? Jeez, I can't stop hiccuping. All right. Just think of yourself as like what do you do? Like, say, I'm a mailman. It's like, okay, what do mailmans do? They drive trucks. Okay, so there you go. I'm a mailman, and I'm going to deliver my last 3 houses. It's been a busy day. What are we going to do? All right, first house, I got a couple letters and some flyers. Done. Next house. That house is on fire. Maybe we should skip it and go to the next one. Then the last one. There's a big-ass dog on that porch. Should we be brave and see if the bewildered animal will be friendly, or will it jump my bones and kill me? Oh, well, let's find out. And then go from there. Obviously, the fire was like a big, like, left field nonsense. You may get something like that in certain things, but don't be afraid to be crazy, zany, outside of, like, the norm, is what I'm trying to say. Is what I like to call it is whenever I get ideas for books and stuff, which I don't write, which I should because I'm busy doing this, which I don't mind, but I like to call it explode upon an idea, and I'll talk about that in a future video where I talk about character creation and how I make characters like that. I just pump it out like I'm milking a cow. We're done. Same thing with stories. Sometimes it's something as basic. And to me, that's very fun because, it's creative and it lets my brain, my overactive brain, just go from, look, a star, look, a sticker, look, a car. Wait, car, sticker, star. There's a sticker in the shape of a star on the car. Now, is that car something special? That honestly, wow, that's actually not a bad idea. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme. There you go. See, I just made something up. What else is new? And that's the end of this video. There is something I do want to show is, as I showed you with this, like, let me zoom out again. So as you can see, I have a lot of these. You don't have to do this much. You could probably just keep you can keep 3 and be like, this was my first take. I'm going to keep practicing on this until I feel better. And then I'm going to move on to another line, then another line, then another line. I do suggest you do this. Segment your stuff and say, where do you need improvement? What's lacking? And then that's when you go into, where is it? Fine tuning. That's when you get really nitty gritty like this. Hold on, let me zoom out. Look how many segments I have right here. And then why would I do this? Because in another video, we're going to talk about something called demo reels. And for a quick little lesson on that, demo reels is a reel of recommended at least a minute long, at least 10 uniquely different voiced characters that you can do, that probably you create, because it will show your creativity as well as your versatility and willingness to, go all out. You want to show what you can do, right? And, excuse me. And, you want that. That's your form of auditioning. So say in the future you build a website and you want people to come and be like, oh, this person's a voice actor, let's see what they've done. You can do your testimonials like, oh look, I've done 15 commercials, one's for Subway, one's for a tech company, one's for McDonald's, one's for Universal Studios, here's one for Netflix, Prime Video. And then it's like, wow, they've done a lot of promos and commercials. And then you go next, video games. Oh, I was in Call of Duty, I was in the newest Persona game, oh, I was in Space Marines 4. I know that's obviously not a game, shut up. But still. And then what I do to keep track of that is, this is very technical. Not really. It's actually, I simplified it. Is these are characters that I created, and You can see, obviously, my little legend right here. Green is little work, good, move on. Yellow is needs work, and then red is, yeah, don't do anything. Why I'm not talking about demo reels now or earlier is because I learned in my first class that demo reels are important, but what they didn't specify was they don't have to be done right away. They don't have to be professionally done. A professionally done demo reel will cost a lot of money. I heard it will cost like maybe $1,000 to $2,000. Excuse me. So, but when my other class said, they basically touched base with my first class, saying demo reels are very important. But if you want, say you've done some work or you've done some things here and there, and say you've done this, or you did this character, or you did this, or you did this, or you did this, and you did this. You said, let's say you did. Let's go up to my list. You'd say you've done all 18 of these, and you're like, okay, if I space that out, that's about, let's say, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. I know it's a random time interval, but still. And then, boom, you got your thing. You can use that as a temporary demo reel. Now, on to one more thing before I, finally shut up and leave you guys alone. No, I don't want to save. Is this. When you are building a character, these are the nitty-gritty, itty-bitty, titty thingies you need to look at. The pacing. Are you fast? Are you slow? The pitch. Are you high in the voice or are you low in the... I can't do deep voice that well. Your age. Are you old? Are you young? Are you middle-aged? Are you got like this? Your body type. Are you a big chunky monkey like me? Or are you a big burly boy like... Well, I don't know anyone who's big and burly right now. Sex. Obviously, are you male, female, non-binary? Prefer not to say, whatever your whole choice is. I'm not here to say anything. Texture is... Are you a rasp? Are you gritty like this? You have a bit of a drawl. Well, that's more accent, but still. Inflection and phrasing. That is when you are going like... When you say like... When I was doing it with this, is with... hold on, let's go back to the script. There. When he goes right here, he says... Oh, instead of going like, welcome to my shop. Oh, it's... No, welcome to my shop. Oh! It's like huge, genuine, like, ooh, it's my boy. Kind of thing. Pronunciation, that's pretty obvious. This is a big thing I have a problem. This and this is something I really need to work on, as well as this. Your attitude, obviously. Are you stressed? Are you annoyed? Are you sassy, angry? Are you happy? There you go. Now, obviously, enunciation is enunciation. Affectations, I'm not too sure on this. I've looked this up like a million times. I don't know. And then, obviously, presence. You just need to know in what state your character's in. So if they're just walking down the street, they're in just, their own mood. There's like, yep, there's a bird. Or they're just listening to their tune and they're just like, Or sometimes they can be in a fight scene and maybe like there's a big bad boss and they're getting ready to fight, but they're kind of wounded. They're just like, something along the lines of that. Like, what is the presence of which your character is in? And you have to, that's your best, you got to deliver that. But, obviously you can see I have for multiple things. Shop merchant here, this is what I gave myself. And then I wrote for fine-tuning, focus on pacing, spacing, volume, and pronunciation. I didn't do that for this. This is something we'll do. I'll get into more characters a little later. Why am I showing you now? Because I just want to give you a taste of what it's like to, be an idiot like me. So, without further ado, I will be ending this 30-minute video. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have a good Sunday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.